Life is like a game of Jenga. We all started off perfectly still, balanced, and even. But life is hard, like clumsy palms of bears pulling out each pieces of wood in uncertainty of what might happen. Life is like a game of Jenga. In the first few rounds, no matter what pieces they take, we are still able to find our balance, still sturdy, still ready for more. But it's easy. No matter what life hit at you, you can take it on. The pieces that they take, you're still able to find your balance. And the pieces that you've let go are all stacked on your head, weighing you down weighting you down, and you'll never forget those first scars. That is the haunting past, wanting to submerge you in regret that the game have ever started. Life is like a game of Jenga. When too many wounds are made, how can you still hold your balance? Can your wounds be healed? No, you're at the point of collapsing, but there aren't no hands to cushion your fall. Life is hard, life will hit you in the face, but if life really is like a game of Jenga, then only when you fall can you be rebuilt again. When I was a kid, in my naive little mind, I thought that life was pretty good. I had a loving family, a house with a roof over my head, friends, and a lot of friends. But it turns out, friends don't really last. Outside in the playground of a first grader, when the kids noticed a birthmark that took a little less than a third of my right arm, it was the first time I heard the word, "Go away." Being the timid kid that I was, I didn't say anything. I just felt like an outsider. When I was a little older, I still didn't understand the concept of gender, race, or country. I thought that as human beings, we were all the same. In the second grade, my whole family and I moved to the so-called land of the dream, the hope, the land of America. A new school, new friend, and well, a new language. I didn't know that they would speak a different language than us. On the first day of school, like mosquitoes to light, I was the light. Everybody wanted to know who's the new girl, but upon reaching the light, they realized that their excitement was a mistake, as the only word the empty auditorium of my mind could utter was yes and no. I was different from them. When I was a little wiser, people told me, if you don't know the language, then learn it. If you don't have any friends, then go make friends. Spoken as if we can solve homelessness, if homeless people can just go buy homes, but I believed them. Day after wretched day, I would put my heart and soul to learning English. I would try to be like them. My hands were like automated machines, hard, stiff, and every day with learning how to wave until one pair of eyes would meet another. Then would be the first time I could utter more than just the word yes and no. My heart was thumping in anxiety, waiting for a helper to help the stranded passenger on a boat that never existed, but it was thumping in the wrong place. My heart was thumping in an empty hallway of my ribcage, echoing that they don't care. When I was a little happier, the kids would pack their word into my mouth, and I learned what the word alien means. If you ever seen a game of Jenga, you would have noticed that as the games go on, the tower will see more holes and gaps, but it will also see how it had gotten taller and taller to the height that would never be achieved without playing the game. For me, it's okay to be the odd ones out, and this is what built us to this height today, and we grow from what brings us down. As cliche as it sounds, we are not let down by our own personal differences. I would know, as I experienced being a stranger myself. When I first moved to America, everything was different for me. From hearing life in Vietnam, from the traffic where motorcycles was a rare sight to the eyes, and then trees, houses, and of course the people were all brand new to me. I struggled to feel a sense of belonging. But when I finally did, my whole family moved back here in Vietnam, where I have lost all of my culture connections to this place, thereby having to readjust again. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I didn't belong to the group of foreigners. I didn't belong here where I was supposed to. I belong, well, nowhere. But it was felt as if all of the pieces have already fallen out and I can't find my balance. But all it took for me to open up and refine my balance was just one friend to ask me if she could sit with me. At that time, I was at my lowest point, where I was sitting alone, eating alone, and doing everything alone at school. She really helped me. And to this day, sometimes I really do feel like an outsider. But I am aware that there are people out there that are feeling the same way that I have. And I believe that we can be the activists to this own problem and solve this problem one case at a time. And we can shed that spotlight onto ourselves and say that, can I sit with them? By the time I'm 70, I would have children, then grandchildren. And I'll be telling them the things that I have always told myself. People are like the sun in their own solar system. The lights that radiate from that star can reach the eye of the observer from the farthest planet. But sometimes, when there's light, the only thing that you can see is that you're different. But it's okay, because life is like a game of Jenga. Thank you.